Hey everyone, Joel from Life in Nica here. Thanks for checking out this video. And this one is all about the pros and cons of living in Nicaragua as an expat. So, as always, if you're watching this on YouTube, the link to the companion article on the website is in the comment section below on YouTube. So you can check that out down there. And in the article, there are a lot of links to things that I mentioned, as well as related articles and other videos, and hopefully it's useful for you. So you can always check that out. And that's everything for that is over at lifeinnica.com and lifeinnica.com/blog. So, and if you happen to like these, feel free to like or subscribe, and then you'll catch the next ones when they come out. So, and I'll try and put them out more often. So, in this video, I'm going to focus mainly on the southern Pacific areas, which would be like Tola, Popoyo, and San Juan del Sur, because that's where most of the foreigners, including myself, tend to settle. So I'll start with the benefits of living in Nicaragua, because obviously I like it down here and I've been here a while. So first off, obviously the cost of living is phenomenal. Your money stretches way farther, especially if you own your own property and then you shop locally in terms of like your daily living expenses. So the cost of living, depending on where you get the statistics from, it's about 50 to 70% lower than in Costa Rica, which is literally, you can almost see it from here. So if you're not dealing with rent or mortgage payments, you can live an amazing lifestyle for like a fraction of what you'd spend in Canada, the US, or most other developed countries. So that's obviously the biggest one, and one of the main reasons people move down here, along with no taxes on foreign earned income, but we can talk about that later. So I'll be putting out an updated cost of living breakdown for 2025 soon, but just to give you an idea, you can grab a meal at a restaurant for a few bucks, lobster dinner, maybe like $15. Fresh seafood is a fraction of what you would pay elsewhere. And since the US dollar is widely accepted, you don't really have to stress about currency conversions unless you're coming from like, Canada, Australia. But even then, even when you convert them, it's still way cheaper. So local markets are packed with fresh produce at super low prices. And whether you're looking for like a luxury lifestyle or something just comfortable, Nicaragua makes it possible without breaking the bank. So next up, one of the best things about living here is a community, and I've got articles about that and why I like it. So Nicaraguans tend to be generally warm and really friendly, which makes it easy to feel at home, especially compared to Costa Rica, where there's been a lot more tourism for a while. Here it seems a lot more genuine, and there's a great mix of expats and locals, which creates a diverse and welcoming atmosphere, in my opinion anyway. And especially since the pandemic, locals have really started to appreciate the economic boost from tourism and foreign investment. So expats are generally welcomed with open arms. And even if your Spanish isn't perfect, people tend to be patient and willing to help. And if you're tired of the fast pace of life in North America, then Nicaragua might be exactly what you need. Life here moves at a slower pace and a more intentional rhythm. Now that also has a downside that I'll get to later, but rushing generally just isn't the thing. Whether it's hanging out and having a coffee and watching the waves roll in, or swinging in a hammock or an afternoon siesta, Nicaragua definitely allows you to slow down and enjoy life a little more. And if you love nature, you're gonna love it here. Obviously, we've got the exact same nature as Costa Rica. The border is just an imaginary line. So once again, you can enjoy all that stuff for just like a fraction of the price. And you got stunning beaches all around San Juan del Sur, Popoyo, and the Tola area. There's mountains up in Matagalpa if you want somewhere a little cooler for a getaway. The Corn Islands on the other side if you want to fly over there. So if you want, you can hit up a volcano one day and be catching waves on the surfboard the next. So there's also wildlife here everywhere. You got howler monkeys, there's the sea turtles, I talk about that in another article, exotic birds, and all that is a part of daily life. So if you want to live somewhere that still feels wild and untouched, but you still got the benefits of a town, San Juan del Sur is it, and Tola is also really good. So, and another obvious bonus is no more cold winters. If you're escaping from those, which I did, Nicaragua's got you covered. San Juan del Sur temperatures average about 27 degrees Celsius, which is 80 Fahrenheit year round. And yeah, the rainy season from like May to October brings some downpours, but in my opinion, they're more refreshing than anything else. Like it'll pour for a little while, then it'll be cloudy, then it'll be rainy, and then it'll pour for a little while, and usually rains like sunrise and sunset. So I personally like it. And next up is surfing. Obviously, this place is a paradise. You got miles of coastline and consistent waves, and there's something for every skill level. So whether you're like a seasoned pro chasing world-class breaks, or just a beginner trying to stand up on a board, this should be a perfect spot for you. And with warm water year-round, wetsuits, you don't need them. I mean, literally, if it wasn't for the rashi, I mean, you can surf shirtless. So just grab your board and go. All right, and then safety. Nicaragua is actually one of the safest countries in Central America. Crime rates here are lower than a lot of, especially major cities in North America. Most expats feel completely comfortable walking around town like almost all the time. I mean, petty theft can be a thing. It is a developing country, but that's pretty easy to avoid just like going anywhere, really. I mean, even in a big city in Canada or States. And it goes a long way just to have some common sense. So, all right, now for the cons. I won't sugarcoat everything. There are definitely some challenges living down here. Like, infrastructure is improving, but there are still some growing pains. Like the new coastal highway, now that's going to make travel a lot easier. But if you're heading to rural areas or you're getting kind of off the beaten track, the roads can be dirt and they can be kind of rough. So if you plan on driving, get a sturdy vehicle, ideally like a Toyota Hilux, Prado, something with a 4-wheel drive is a great investment. And power outages, especially during storms or maintenance works or just little flickers on and off, that happens on a regular basis. So a lot of foreigners, a lot of expats invest in solar panels, battery backups, or small generators to keep things running. I personally have like a battery backup that just charges off the grid, and then all my fans are battery powered, my routers are battery powered. So like I've ordered all this stuff off Amazon. I've got links for where you can order it when you're down here. You can order it from a third party and bring it down. So like I barely even notice when the power goes out. Like actually I don't even know if the power's out right now, but anyways, with the right preparation, those tend to be small inconveniences and not big deal breakers. Another thing just to be aware of, obviously it's a developing country. Poverty is a thing here, it's a reality. Wages can be low, especially in like the more rural areas, and resources can be more limited. Now that being said, tourism and foreign investment are creating jobs and boosting the economy. A lot of expats, especially the ones that have moved down here that work remotely or retired, they contribute by buying locally, hiring locals, and getting involved in community projects, and also supporting like ethical businesses and community-driven initiatives. That stuff really makes a difference. And I've got another article on that, so you can check that out on how to give back here. So, and foreigners also tend to pay higher salaries for staff, so that's another bonus for foreigners coming in from out of town. Now, education is obviously another like challenge down here. Public schools can be underfunded, especially again in those rural areas. But expats and local businesses are stepping up, and some provide scholarships, donate to schools, volunteer their time. And there's actually a school in town that's basically run that helps out, that's completely run on donations. Again, you can check all that stuff over in the links in the blog. So, and jobs in hospitality and tourism are also creating opportunities for young people to give more skills, more stable careers, higher wages. So if you're looking to give back, I mean, education is a great way to go, as well as shopping locally and just getting involved in local community. And you know, I talked about language barriers before, but places like Pollo, San Juan del Sur, Granada, chances are you'll be able to get by with English. But if you go off the beaten path, yeah, Spanish is pretty useful. But the good news is immersion is the best way to learn, and picking up Spanish while living here is not only useful, but it's also pretty fun. So, and one last thing, like I talked about, things here take longer than you might expect. Life moves slower, and so does bureaucracy. So just getting paperwork processed, getting a plumbing issue, and just waiting on shipments, things that they say might take a day, might take like 3 days or a week. And at first that can be frustrating, but after a while you kind of get used to it. And now I'm totally fine with it. You just plan on that things, if somebody says it's going to be tomorrow, it might not be tomorrow. So overall, I love it here. You know, obviously I'm kind of biased. I picked here out of all the places in Latin America, but I'm also the type of person that doesn't like Starbucks, and I don't like going to the mall. So I've gotten used to like the slower pace of life and all the things down here. And also, I guess one final thing is I like to disconnect from politics. So in like home countries and everywhere. So down here you can really do it. So I really don't follow it until people like mention something. So anyways, if you're looking for like stunning landscapes, lower cost of living, welcoming community, low cost of living, you know, this could be your place. And yeah, there are challenges, but if you're open to embracing them, especially if you're kind of an adventurous person, you know, moving down here, investing generally has a net benefit to the community, and I find it really enjoyable. So I figure kind of from like my rough estimate from how long I've been here, I've probably helped create like 100 permanent full-time jobs like my clients have. So I think that's really beneficial. So yeah, if you're looking to come down here and you know, give Nicaragua a try, personally I think it's one of my favorite places in the world. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth. And if you're thinking about making a move or investing, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, as mentioned, the companion article in the link has a lot more detailed information than I go over in this video, just to try and keep this from being like 30 minutes long. So if you got more questions regarding specifics, feel free to reach out to me, and you can contact me in any of the ways that follow in that little clip that goes at the end that has all my information as well. It's on the website, and it's also in the information below. So all right, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye for now.